What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Twisted Life of TV. I am Poetry. You are here for another recap and review of Kingdom Business. This is season 2, episode 2. Wanna be happy? Oh, there was a lot going on this particular episode. It was good. It was so good to me. Anyway, but there was so much going on that I hope I kept up. I didn't take notes because I was busy doing other stuff. So let's see if we can remember what happened. All right, so we open up, child. First and foremost, let me tell you, we ain't learned nothing about that other man. Who that other man was that said he was the son of Denita that came to the hospital that laid hands on her. We didn't learn nothing else about him other than he's a healer. He is a healer, child. Cause let me tell you, Taj was running through the I was gonna say the airport like he was OJ. Lord have mercy. He running through the hospital, going to the room, wake up CJ and wake up Pops Bishop. And he like, hey, y'all gotta come see this. They like, what? She woke up? You need to come see it, right? So they go down there and she awake. She's like lucid, having a conversation with them. And at this present time, they are unaware that she don't know who the hell they are at this particular time. Because she's not giving any signs that she's out of it. But she does like blank back out for a second. And when she blank back out, they talking, they discussing. And, they said how the prayers worked and how the prayers didn't do nothing to the bullet, this, that, the third, what have you. And she said, what you mean I got shot? I don't remember nothing, right? So the doctor had already told them that they don't know what happened. You know what I'm saying? We gonna call it a miracle. That's what Bishop said. The bullet done moved. It ain't no longer located in her spine. It's in a position makes it easy for them to remove. They was able to get the bullet out. She's fine. Her brain injury, everything seeming to be going fine. The only thing is that she's gonna have some type of amnesia. They ain't sure if it's gonna be long term or short term, and it could be from the fact that the swelling has gone down on her head. But the doctor's like, that is not typical. That's not typical. So again, this is nothing short of a miracle. Everybody happy. Everybody happy. The bishop say, you know what? We might need this blessing. She might need to lose some of her memory. She might need to lose some of all that bad stuff that you done did to her and all the bad stuff that she done did to people. She need a break from her life. Y'all remember when I just told you I just started watching Empire. Y'all remember when Empire, when Lucius had lost his memory, he couldn't remember that he was such an evil bad guy? Well, that's basically what's going on with them. What I do like about what's going on with these conversations is when Denita asked Bishop, was I a good wife to you? He was like, you probably better than I deserve. But no, you wouldn't. You was not a good wife, honey. And she was like, ooh, but you stayed with me? They stayed together. That's what he said. He wasn't trying to leave you, child. But she had filed for divorce and he let her know that. And she like, okay, I understand. Now I'm thinking at this point, Denita know who the hell that these people are. She know good and God doggone well who these people are. When they come in the room, she's like, CJ, you my daughter, right? My mind is all muddy, child. I don't understand what I'm saying. Taj, that's what you said your name was, right? Yeah, I'm Taj. And you are my son, right? He said, yeah, I'm your son. She said, you know what? My bad. It's been so many people saying that to me. He's like, what you talking about? Well, in a dream I had, somebody else came to me and said that they was my son. Nobody tripped off of that conversation. Taj and like, Taj is like, you know what? We just gonna bring back these memories. We're gonna flood them on back. We're gonna play a little song, a little ditty. We're gonna sing one of your songs and see if you remember the words. Now she remember the words. She remember the words. She could talk them, but she said she can't remember how to sing. Well, she didn't say she couldn't remember how to sing. She just said she couldn't sing. Her throat's a little dry. Well, she had a little windpipe thing in her. The pipe, what does they call that? It's not a trach because the trach go in her. The breathing tube. They have the little tube in the throat that does mess your throat up. It makes you. But she's speaking in clear tones right now. But she says she can't sing. So Taj went ahead and sang the little song, did the little doo-dah ditty that she wrote. And she was like, that's my song, ain't it? I wrote that. And he like, no, Malcolm did. She say, Malcolm, the nurse? Yeah, the nurse, your son. I guess she didn't realize at that particular point that Malcolm was married to CJ. Or at least that's what she trying to get us to believe, child. Now, Bishop, he come back in a little later, and like I said, she talking to him, and they talking about the fact that what type of marriage they had with one another, and how they gonna stand for each other. But he been gone. Where he been gone to? He been at the Hope House. Now in St. Louis, the Hope House is a house for prostitutes and their children, female prostitutes and their children. But here, the Hope House is a rehab center or a depression center. It's a rehabilitation center for depression, for mental awareness. You know what I'm saying? Basically, they treat mental illnesses and stuff like that. Give him a break, a 72-hour hold, something like that. Sabbatical. He need a mental sabbatical. Or he sees a therapist and talks to them, a psycho, so to speak. And apparently the psycho has been set up by the chief. Chief said as long as he goes through this, get himself together, get himself in check, then they're not gonna press no charges against him. Now I don't know what charges they can press other than possession of a weapon. Um, the shooting was an accident, and okay, um, what they at in Atlanta? Is that a conceal and carry state? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know Atlanta gun rules. I'm saying, but he not gonna get no charges pressed against him. As long as he go through this therapy, he said he gonna stick there. He feeling good about it. He feeling real good about it because not only is he going to therapy, which is weird, in my opinion, to see people of the cloth doing. A lot of people of the cloth that I have heard, not that I'm like personally familiar with, but that I've heard have said that they don't go to psychiatrists because they got the Lord. And I'm not just talking about preachers and ministers. I'm talking about some of these diehard Christian folks. They don't go to psychiatric care. They don't go to therapy. They don't seek counseling unless it's counseling with the pastor. But they don't seek counseling because they figure that they can go to God in prayer. He gonna fix everything. I talked about that before. I talked about that first season. I did. I talked about that first season when we was dealing with CJ and her issues that she was dealing with the baby, the loss of the kid. And I was like, baby, you need therapy. You don't just need prayer. Prayer ain't gonna fix this. You need to talk to someone. You need to talk to a therapist, a counselor. You may even need to be medicated. We didn't even realize that the pastor was dealing with depression. What I realized is that the pastor was dealing with guilt. That's what I saw. Bishop is dealing with guilt. But they're going to label it depression and say he need to seek therapy. Now, he may need to seek therapy to get him over his suicidal thoughts, but what he's feeling is guilt. That's what he's feeling. Okay, so all through this episode, Rebel, girl, you really pissing me off, child. Your self-esteem is really in the gutter. You tap dancing on hell with the level that your self-esteem is gone to. She's stripping. Mm-hmm. She up on the pole, shaking that thing. Like I told you, I had started watching Empire. And I realized that the character that she played on Empire and the character she played on this show is the same person. I remember when this show first started, somebody was saying, "Oh, I can't wait to see Soraya again. She's really grown as an individual. Finally get to see her, singing and all that stuff again." She playing the exact same character to me. Actually, her character on Empire was a little bit more mature. just a little bit, not much, but just a little bit. But she playing that same character to me, though, even though in the delivery. She on the pole, stripping at the club. And she trying to be top billing, top shelf. She trying to be like Mercedes in the Pink. I only watched one episode of the P Valley, but she trying to be like her. Trying to get top billing. Think she's supposed to get the most high paying clients. And some dude walks in. I think his name was James. I can't remember if James' first name was his last name. Came in with him, and he got his little entourage. He sent his fetch boy over there to let her know he want to dance. Well, she feel like since she top shelf, he got to pay top dollar. He need to come up into the VIP room in order to dance with her. But she recognized him as a music producer, right? So he finally get on up there in the VIP room with her, and she starts to do so tired ass sway. I'm telling you, it was the same body rolls and same body movements she was doing when she was on Empire. Well, what was her name on her? Tiana or something like that. Same old little tired body movements. And then some whack ass song came on over the overhead, and she starts to singing. A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y Z. Now I know my ABCs. Don't act like you don't want to sign me. That's basically what she did. That's basically how she sounded too. Basically what she did, how she sounded. And he was like, oh, so you say too. She was like, you know this, boo, right? So anyway, she talked him into letting her swing by his studio so he could hear her vocals for real, right? Now, I don't know where he came from, right? I don't know where he came from. Usually music producers, they come up to the strip club and they got some girl whining and grinding on up on them, stripper bopping. They not gonna automatically take to her voice like it was something pristine because she didn't do shit for real. She really didn't sing. She didn't follow la on his ass at all. She did the fucking ABCs basically. By Black Sheep is what she kind of sounded like to me. And he like, all right, I'm gonna get you in the studio. He ain't try to tap that ass, none of that. He ain't try to grope. He was very gentlemanlike. I think they're trying to make us like him as a character. He's supposed to be so much different than Zane or Zion or whatever his name was, Z. He's supposed to be so much different for him, right? So the next day she go by his studio. And he like, all right, girl, you ready for this? It's something serious over here. So we do this up in this joint right here. And she like, yes, I got this. I got this. I got this. He said, all right, let me hear something. So she pulled out her little cell phone. Candy, 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 candy. Candy, 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 candy. Don't you wanna take a bite of this candy, 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 candy? At first he was like, I'm intrigued. And he's like, his Scooby Doo face came on like, what? Make me understand. Make me understand. See, Essence has just dropped by the studio, right? And Essence was like, I vouch for her. Homegirl could sing. Sign her. And he like, no, she got to audition. She got to get this shit together. I got to like her. She got to show me what skills she got. And she was like, you better sign this girl. All right, you better sign her. I will see you, girl. See you on Friday. This, bam, right? That's how it was going. Essence was vouching for her. And I'm like, why is Essence caping for her so hard? Is caping the wrong word? Because y'all changed the meaning of what caping meant. Caping used to mean that they rocking for you, they riding for you. I think caping means, oh, capping. Capping is lying. Caping is still good. Why is she caping for her so hard? I'm showing my age, child. I'm showing my age. Why is she caping for her so hard? That's a hater move. That's a hater move. When you are insecure sometimes, well, not when you, but when some people are insecure sometimes about another person, they overcompensate in that relationship to try to make it seem as if they ain't got no worries with you. But deep set in their mind, they got their eye on you because they worried about what you finna do with they man. That's what Essence is doing right now. But okay. So he was like, I ain't really feeling that. When I commit my time to somebody, I expected them to come here and give my all. I expected them to match the emotion of the lyrics that they singing. And you ain't doing that for me, sis. So she's gonna leave defeated with a little tail tucked between her legs, but she decided to turn around and sing another little song, a song about unrequited love. And he felt that. He said, all right, cool. I can rock with you. Just like that. He said he want to sign. But the problem is she's still signed to Redeeming Records. Now, in their particular contract, he has exclusive rights to her and her music. So she needs to get out of that contract. So James said, I got you. I can get you up out of that joint. Now, surprising thing to me, Rebel has been all over the internet, all over the news, making waves, this, that, and the third, Faith Night, regular old people walking down the street recognizing her. Remember she had a little night where she was filling up on old girl or kissing up on old girl in the pool club, and these two girls walking down the street, and they're like, oh my God, people have been recognizing Rebel, and he's in the music industry, and he ain't never heard of her. Don't know who the hell she is. Don't make no sense to me. Especially considering that Essence, his home girl for life, he said they've been down since they was 2 kids, is dating one of the guys who was at another record label who was on TV with said person. And James don't know nothing about her, didn't know her name, didn't know what she had to offer. Nothing. That was surprising to me, especially being in that town, being in such a small town. Didn't make sense to me. Okay, so we get over to like I said, I might be out of order because I didn't take no notes. He decides to go ahead and go in there with Caesar and buy out her contract, and he gonna offer Caesar 100,000 to buy out the contract. No, he was gonna offer him. He came in there and offered to buy the contract, and Caesar was like, her contract not for sale. And she's like, what you mean my contract for sale? Wasn't for sale. You told me if I had 100K, I could buy you out, right? So old boy was like, 100K? My damn gold chain is worth more than that, right? I give you 125 and let's call it even. Okay, Caesar's like, hold on. Let me talk to the old girl right quick. Now he had just went and talked to Taj to say, hey, keep her on the straight and narrow. We need to get her back involved with the music so we can get this damn record done. And she said, this is what I want because what I got right now ain't paying the bills. You already told me that my gospel career is over. He said, yes, but I also told you we had a way or plan to rebirth your career, make it new again, make it fresh, rise like a phoenix from the ashes. And she's like, that ain't paying my bills. Okay. Rebel, what kind of bills you got, honey? You ain't moved. You still in the same apartment that you was in with Z. You ain't got no kids. You ain't got no car. You in the apartment, so you ain't got no mortgage. You ain't got no kids. You ain't got no car. When Caesar gave you the advance, that was supposedly paying off the debt that you already had. You ain't go to college, so you ain't got no student loans other than regular everyday smuggler bills. What debt? What bills that you have? You bet that bad with money management that the salary, the bonus that you had, plus the salary that you had coming in under your contract as well, ain't covering the mediocre lifestyle that you have. You ain't blinging out, so far as I can see. You ain't buying diamonds and baguettes. I ain't seen you doing none of that. Your weave don't even be slayed right half the doggone time, child. Your unit be kind of tilted a little bit to the left half the time, child. So you ain't getting pedicures, you ain't buying makeup, you ain't on no shopping sprees, you ain't going on no trips, you ain't doing none of that. What is this lifestyle that you can't afford with your salary from the doggone contract? I don't know what it is. Nobody knows. Rebel don't even know what it is. Nobody knows, okay? Nobody freaking knows. But she need to strip in order to pay these bills, okay? I forgot where I was at. So Caesar agreed to let her out her contract, or she could do whatever she need to do with her contract as long as she fulfilled his agreement to finish that album. Once you finish your album, then you can release whatever you want to release with that man over there. But you got to finish this album over here. Okay? Well, in order to get her some more money, she tried to made another deal with Dex. This slimy ass dude, the one who already put your friend in jeopardy, you go running back to him, begging to get back on the pole with him. And now you need to make some extra in, so he gonna send you to these private parties that he was sending Danny to. And you like, just tell me when and where. Okay, baby, I need the money. Oh, what? Desperation will have you out here doing shit that you don't need to be doing. And we don't even know what this child desperate for. We really don't even know what she's desperate for. But she gonna go do these damn parties. Because Dex asked her to. In the meantime, Essence trying to hook her up with James. Like I said, Essence has insecurities of her own, so she's trying to overcompensate and create this false friendship with her and gonna invite them on a double date with her and Taj. Okay, ain't they cute? Don't they look like the perfect couple? They got professional and business relationship just like us, boo. That's Essence. I was like, girl, your insecurities showing, ma. Your insecurities showing. Okay, speaking of which, let's go back over to the hospital. So we got the Reverend Good Doctor. what is Bishop Darlene, Denita's mama. Pop's gone. He gone. He had to go handle some business. So she gonna stay there, stay back, and handle the church business and the record label business until things get settled again. Denita get to come home. Malcolm is gonna be. My skin is peeling up my lip. Malcolm is gonna be her at-home nurse. Malcolm's gonna be her at-home nurse, and so she gonna run the business. So, as far as the church is concerned, Taj need to get his shit together. She talked to him because he out here finna have a baby out of wedlock, and that ain't finna happen. And he was like, "How the heck you know I'm finna have a baby? Who said I'm finna have a baby?" She said, "Boy, I ain't stupid. I knew that the moment I saw that girl that she was pregnant. When is her due date? It's gonna be after the wedding. I know that much." He's like, "Wedding? Ain't nobody finna get married." Yes, you are. You finna marry that girl before that baby comes. Let me let you know that right now. And he's like, "We just waiting to announce it. You're gonna announce it after the wedding," is what Darlene told him. So Taj got on his mind And now he got to do the right thing and he got to propose to Essence. But he ain't in love with that girl. He in there playing his little music, strumming on out. Essence come in like, hey, what's up, boo? What's wrong? And he like, I think we should get married. She's like, where'd that come from? I don't think so. She's like, you know what? It's not that I don't think that we could get married, or it's not a possibility of it being a thing down the road, but you don't love me. And I can tell you're just doing something out of desperation because you're a good man. You don't love me. If you're going to propose to me, don't be coming to me like, I think we should get married. Make it romantic, okay? Act like you want it. Say it from the heart is what I'm saying to her, okay? So basically she turned down his proposal in the moment. Would you want a man to propose to you out of obligation? Because him and CJ was talking about it. She was like, boy, is this what you really want? And he was like, I know I want to be married to the mother of my kids. Not necessarily her. I want to be married to the mother of my kids. I know I want to tuck my kids in at night. I know I want to walk my kids to school. I know I want to do this, that, and the third for my kid, for my kid, for my kid. And CJ like, yeah, but what you want to be for your wife? Don't you want to be a loving and devoted husband? He was like, I'm going to pray. I'm going to go all in. I'm going to pray that my heart follow. Would you want to be with somebody that feels like they married to you out of obligation? I don't think I want that. I need the love to come with. I need the love to come with. It need to be upfront for me. Don't get with me out of obligation. I'm not a pity party. You can still be all that to your kid. We ain't got to be married. I know in the eyes of the Lord you want to be, but no. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section about that. But yeah, so he said he gonna go all in. He gonna go all in. And he, writing a little ditty, writing a little song for her, this, that, and the third, right? We go back up to the hospital at some point in my storyline, and Tamar is there. Everybody is like kind of taking advantage of the moment and getting things done without Denita's approval. Denita is appearing to be none the wiser. She comes in there like, hey girl, hey, before you go home, head on home to the and let me go ahead and get that contract signed that you was gonna sign for me before you got shot. And she's like, I don't remember telling you that, girl. She said, well, no, I know what everything happened, and then you got busy. You probably didn't want to miss this moment. You definitely was gonna sign me. She had a full-blown contract written up. And this is one reason that confirmed for me that Denita faking the funk, baby. She used to put that like, okay, girl, whatever you want, put that pen on that paper, say, wait a minute. I can't sign this in my current mental state. Now, we don't know if her mental state gonna ever come back. So if you have amnesia and you start signing documents and stuff again, at what point does it become legal again? That you are now back legal, considered to be of legal sound mind and body, if your amnesia never goes away. I don't know. Y'all let me know if y'all know the answer to that. If you're dealing with a patient that has amnesia, she said, I can't sign in documents in this mental state because we know that I have amnesia. But some amnesia is what is permanent, they say, right? So at what point do you become mentally responsible for your own well-being again? That's something I would like to know. But yeah, she played the shit out of Sasha. She knew staying away. She wasn't finna sign her ass to the record company. Me? Girl, bye. No, I ain't finna sign you nowhere. No. So she left out of there with her tail tucked between her legs. And Tamar ran over to Caesar's. I'ma sign with him. You said you like my voice. I told you she was out there putting 20 on 10 on Swing Low. He was trying to be nice. He was trying to be nice. You said you would like to hear more of my stuff. This ain't it. Bring me more. You ain't brought me more. And she's like, well, when I do, you're going to really want me. I hope when she do bring more, she bring Tamar Braxton and not Sasha. Because Sasha, baby, you need some work on your stage presence. You can carry a tune, but you ain't carrying it too far. That's all I'm saying to you, Sasha. You ain't carrying it too far. So, speaking of other people, trying to play on the moment, Darlene decided that she gonna rearrange the staffing at the church, and they had a lot of guest ministers come in over the past few weeks and speak, but now she think it's time for CJ to go ahead and give a sermon. And CJ like, hold up, I'm the minister of music. I love music. I'm not a minister of the word. But she like, you know what? Every preacher kid got one good sermon in them. And since she's the oldest, she gonna have CJ do it and not Taj. You know, Taj is living, unholy right now with his baby out of wedlock. So she wants CJ to do it. And she gonna make Malcolm the minister of music. I mean, he can sing. He did write the songs. So see, say, look, I'm gonna pray on it. Me and my husband gonna pray on it, and then I'll let you know. Okay, I will let you know. Well, after the little meeting with Tamar, Caesar was a little suspicious, right? He already had his meeting with Rebel, and he asked Rebel to go over to the hospital with him. When they go over there, they been kind of feeling Denita out. They ran into her in the hallway while she was doing her little walking therapy and everything, and she seemed so extra nice. She didn't know who Caesar was. You know, Caesar was a love of her motherfucking life. If anybody was gonna spark a memory, it damn sure was gonna be him. But she couldn't remember him, right? She couldn't remember him. She just knew that he was a nice looking man with a strong name. And God bless your soul that you got a record label just like me. And then she said to Rebel, maybe I should sign you. Now you knew she wasn't gonna sign that harlot on her doggone record label. Maybe I should sign you. You're such a beautiful girl. You got such a beautiful name as well. Look at that, all y'all colorful names and all that stuff, girl. Praise God. Won't he do it? Won't he do it, right? And Rebel's like, oh my gosh, she really don't remember. Caesar's like, yeah. Or so it seems. Mm-hmm. And I'm like you, Caesar. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. And something ain't right. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. Okay. So, am I forgetting anything? Bishop. Bishop dealing with guilt. Danny's parents came in and went in on that ass, right? How dare you? You did he call him a son of a bitch? You son of a bitch, you slept with my daughter. You act like you didn't know her. You gave her fucking eulogy. You was at the doggone hospital, praying for us and everything. And you sticking your dick in her. That's what you was doing, Bishop. And so he was like, I just feel so bad. I feel so bad. And the mama like, that's your guilt. You don't feel bad. You feel guilty. That's what it is. So the daddy like, hey, I need some names. You better give me some doggone names. Better find out what's going on. And Bishop's like, I'm going to find out what happened. I promise you. And he was like, but what you need the names for? He said, because I'm going to handle this. Basically, daddy said, we're going to take this to the streets. I don't let the cops do what they could do and they ain't did what they need to do. Okay? We're going to take it to the streets. You better bring me some doggone names. If you don't, I'm coming back and whoop your ass. You know what I'm saying? That's what he said. So, Pastor now been on this little tour to find out what happened to Danny tour. He got to repent, for all his sins and stuff. He got down there with Dwayne and they praying and talking about the Lord and talking about all his guilt. And Dwayne told him, look, you are a shining beacon. You are a shining light. Go forth. Take that light into the darkness and uncover what is not meant to be seen, right? So the bishop showed his ass up down at the strip club, not the strip club, at the private parties. The private party. I told you my skin coming up my lip. Oh, it's right there already. The private party. The Rebel is now at. So we're going to go back over to the church for a second. Go back over to the church. And Danny's over there. Not Danny. Lord, who is at the church? CJ is up in the pulpit about to give her little sermon. She feeling all comfortable, looking all cute and all white and stuff. I told y'all every doggone episode, the sister who playing CJ is beautiful. And that ebony was bouncing off that melanated skin. Her hair was bump. Girl, that girl look good. That girl look good. Whoever's styling them, whoever's styling her, styling the shit out of her. Earlier in the episode when she had on that them leather pants, and that wasn't pleather either. That was real leather. But that little pocket book, you know what I'm saying? And that the couch cover jacket, it was cute though, but it was a couch cover. Green, she looked good in all that green. And now she got this old ebony on with some little gold and trimmings and everything. I was like, go ahead on, CJ. Go ahead. Looking like a first lady, right? Looking like a first lady. Now, everybody in the church, if y'all notice, I've been paying the different color patterns and stuff. Everybody in church sitting in all them the dark colors and everything. Because technically they still in grieving. They're still in mourning. But who walks in? Denita. Denita got on this bright yellow, this bright red, this hat sitting up on her head. Baby, that hat was fierce. Boy, my Aunt Barbara would have loved to have that doggone hat. She'd have made the brim a little bit more bigger. My Aunt Barbara used to get her hats made for church, honey. They used to make sure they was the bigger, the better. She had that head tilted to the side, came on up in that church. Boy, Yolanda Adams about to look good. I'm telling you, came up over that church, sat down like, I'm here. I'm here. The dog over next door. Stop barking, dog. Okay, anywho. So, uh, now CJ got thrown a little bit when she saw her mama walk in. Like, what the heck am I supposed to be now? Darlene got up and said, okay, you know what? We're gonna make sure we acknowledge that she here. Hey, my daughter over there, say what up, right? And then CJ said, okay, come on, mama, come over here and say something. Oh, I can't say nothing. I don't know what to say. If you don't come up here and say something because you know you want to, fine, I guess I can. So I walk on up on stage and she's up there and she said her thanks and everything to everybody. Thanks for the prayers, thanks for the love. Now y'all better sit here and listen to my daughter CJ because that's what I came here for, and that's it, right? So CJ get the preaching. And then it kept focusing on Malcolm and Taj. For some reason, Malcolm and Taj look just alike to me. Every time Taj leaned his head this way, so did Malcolm. Every time Taj folded his hands like this, so did Malcolm. Was Malcolm the son that came into the hospital room and said that he was... No, that'd be nasty. He can't be Denita's son and married to CJ. So no, that dancing with him. Get that out of my head, child. That's incestuous. We ain't talking. No, we ain't doing that. But he looked like him in that moment. He looked like him so much in that moment that I thought that he was the guy that was in the church. And I was like, this man come up in this church and sit right next to Taj. Then I realized that was Malcolm. I realized it was Malcolm at that time. So, but CJ gave her a sermon and everything was good. I guess she gonna step into the role of the head of the church, or at least the speaker, for a little while and let Malcolm run the choir. Okay, you can still sing from the pulpit. My preacher did all the time. Sometimes you thought that the preacher was the choir director. How much our preacher sang from that pulpit. You could sing too, CJ. You could sing too. Okay. Damn, that little dog is barking now. Okay, so I forgot where I was at now. Back over to the strip party. So Bishop goes into the strip party. Oh, one important part. Because this was the end. This was the end right here, I think. This was the end. The bishop went over to the strip party. And he confronts everybody and says, you know, y'all know what happened to Danny. Y'all need to repent. Y'all need to be men of honor, this, that, and the other. And Dex come up like, hey, I don't know what you own, but you need to get the fuck up out of here with that bullshit. He punched him 3-4 times. And I was like, Bishop, I understand you're supposed to turn the other cheek, but you're supposed to swing. Swing low, sweet chariot. Swing on that ass, because Dex is low as hell. Swing on him. Don't let that motherfucker beat your ass because you coming in here trying to speak the truth. I know you messed up the party and everything like that, but you still kind of speak the truth. Now, there was one dude that was pushed up on Rebel. He was all like, you know what? Calvin is right. Calvin is bishop or the preacher. I switch it up all the time. He's like, Calvin is right. This is wrong. So Dex said, you know what? All y'all can get the fucking stepping. He had him so hemmed up. He had him a knife to his throat and everything. And Rebel like, no, stop. Just stop. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of how it went off. Okay, but let's go back to my favorite part of the doggone episode, y'all. I shed a freaking tear, y'all. I'm so emotional. Maybe because I've been feeling like I needed somebody in my life to love me. But I was kind of upset, not really upset, but I was feeling like Essence, like, don't propose to me and you really don't mean it. I still don't think he meant it for real, but he trying to make himself mean it. He trying to make himself go all in. And then seeing Rebel with James, I can't remember if that's his last name or his first name, but seeing Rebel with James, he was like, okay, she really gonna move on. I'm gonna move on too. I'm gonna put my all into this. So he picked out this little restaurant. Somebody named Elson had recommended this restaurant. They usually put on like little shows or something like that at the restaurant. And the show tonight was Taj. He sang his little song to Essence. It was such a beautiful song. So I can't think of it. I almost had the rhythm about if I could love you for life. It was something along the lines, I will make you my wife. I am making up words that is not what the words were saying, but that's basically what the song was saying. If I could give you the world, if this world were mine, I make you my king, and I give you everything. If this world were mine, I will place at your feet all that I have. You've been so good to me. If this world were mine, I'd give you the. What did he give you? I don't remember what the song gave you. Anyway, Taj want to do all that for her if he could. If he could. And that's all she need to do is say, I marry you. Yes. That's all she need to say is yes. I mean, he had it hooked up. Had the people tapping her on the shoulder from the tables around her, passing her roses. And she's like, for me? For me? Another little rose, right? And then all you seen the whole wait staff line up in a row, walking up to her, handing her one rose at a time. It was like a double bouquet of red roses. They was already bloomed too, just full bloom, which means they had their full essence of the scent. Because she was like, I don't think roses smell good. Roses stink to me, but people like the smell of roses. You know what I'm saying? Doing all that. And then they get all behind her and they face each other. And then Ty say, the motherfuckers turn their face. Oh, if I could, I'd give you the moonlight. If I could, I'd give it to you every night. I know that's not the beat. It was so much slower, so much more romantic, so much more soft and sultry. Like I said, I should have turned. I was laying like this on the couch. I'm telling you, I was laying like this. And I was like, okay, Tosh. That's how it was. That's how it was, child. That was such a beautiful moment. And she said yes. So they are now engaged. Okay. They are now engaged. And Tosh seemed like he really is going to put forth his best effort. But something gonna fuck it up. We already know that, child. That's the end of King the Business, episode 2. Wanna be happy. Let me know what y'all thought about it in the comment section, and we will see you in the next video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace.